Let's look now at subscriptions. And in particular, we're going to look at creating a timer. What we've got is a small application here, which just has a counter that we can increment. We have got the element that we're using in the browser, so that provides an empty subscriptions for right now. Our model is just an integer. We have an increment message. When we get initialized, we return our model as 0, and we have no commands. Our update, when we get an increment, we just increment the model. And then our view, we're just displaying the model value, and then we have a button increments. Now we're going to look at doing a timer. We have time. Let's go ahead, and we're importing time. And what it says is maybe we want the time module to find an Elm time package running Elm install Elm time to make it available. So that's great. How are we going to do that? We need to run Elm. If we were on our local machine, that'd be very simple to run Elm, but how do we do it here with code box? The solution is, if I try to type in the terminal here, it's going to say the terminal's read-only. It's going to be to create a terminal. I've now got my original terminal and then this terminal. And I can see that I am in my package directory. Well, within node modules, there's an Elm directory. And within the Elm directory, there is a binary directory. And that's the Elm we can run. So we can run no modules, Elm, bin Elm, and then we can run, as it suggests, install Elm /time. And it says it moves it into the dependencies, and the answer is yes, we want to do that, and that's done. And now we've got time in here. So now what do we want to do? Well, what we want to do is create a different subscriptions. So we're going to write ourselves a function called subscriptions. So subscriptions, it's going to be what? Well, we know it takes a model and returns a command parameterized on the message. We could start with, we get the model, and we return a subscription of none. What we're going to do is do a timer. We're going to do a time.every, and we get to specify how many milliseconds, and then a message to send. We're going to go ahead and send out increment. What did we do wrong? Well, what's wrong is it doesn't like subscription to be a command message to subscription. And that's my mistake. So what happens is our model creates a subscription, which will generate a message. In this case, what happens? Time.every is a subscription, and it will eventually create a command message based on this message. We'll save that, and it doesn't like increment. Every wants here a function that will take a POSIX time and then generate a message. So that when your timer goes off, you have the time, because you have no other way to get time. You can't have any function in Elm to get the current time, because again, that's not a pure function. Instead, the time will get passed to you. In our case, we don't care what time it is. We're just incrementing every so often. We're going to just ignore the time and create the increment message. And notice it's incrementing. Now our plus can go ahead and increment on its own, but we're incrementing every second. And that's great. Why are we getting the model here? The reason we're getting the model is this subscriptions actually gets called every time the model changes. Let's modify our model. Let's call it the display is that, and then we're going to have a frequency, which is also going to be an integer, which we're going to allow to change over time. Our initialization is going to be a model of 0 with a frequency of 1,000. And that's what we're going to use as the frequency here. We have an error, model.frequency. Oh, it's supposed to be a float. I did not know that. Now, all of a sudden, our model is no longer simply a number. We have here, we're going to have to take the model and replace the display equals model.display plus 1. And here, this is going to be model.display. Now the increments can be 1,000, and we can do plus. But here's what else we can do. Let's just have a couple of buttons to change the frequency. So we'll set the frequency. We can have the frequency be 1 or the frequency be 5. Let's just try those values. And, oh, we're missing a print. It says, yes, we're missing a print here and missing a print here. We don't have a set freak, so let's make a set freak. Our message, we also have set freak, which will be a float. And here, set freak, frequency equals freak. Now let's bump up the frequency. Let's refresh and try this. So we're starting at 0. Our frequency is 1,000. If we click up, no wonder this is confusing. So if we say frequency equals 1,000, let's make this one be 1,000. Let's make this one be 5,000 and rerun. Click on 5,000 and it slows down. Click on 1,000 and it speeds up. What that tells you is your subscriptions are being reevaluated every time that you change the model. Whenever you have an update, really 2 things will happen. We'll do an update. It will recall view to redisplay and also recall subscriptions to generate new subscriptions.